This video is proudly sponsored by SK Imports, South Africa's biggest importer of go-karts, quads, bikes and accessories. Hi, I'm Steve, and today we're going to talk about how to check if your centrifugal clutch needs replacing on your bike, quad or go-kart. So for those of you who have never seen a clutch, this is basically a 2-spring clutch. Some clutches have got 3 springs on, and they've all got linings. If you can see there, it's almost like a brake lining if you wish. And this clutch basically sits on the back of the housing, and inside there is a cylinder. The clutch sits on the back of the engine, and basically it spins. As it spins, it then opens up and it turns the housing in there, which in turn turns a little sprocket, which then turns your wheel. This is the same for a go-kart, it's the same for a quad bike. They all use the same clutches. If the linings are worn out at idling speed, when you start your bike, you'll find that your wheels will start turning, and they shouldn't. Or if you give it petrol and accelerate, the wheels won't really turn much, because there is no linings left, and so it can't grip onto the housing. So it's very simple to check. It takes about 5, maybe 10 minutes. You'll need an 8 spanner, or in this case I'm just going to use a ratchet. There's 4 bolts. These are the 2 here, and then there's another 2 there. These 2. These 4 bolts here, if you remove them, you will then just remove the cover. So don't get confused and open these bolts and take them off, because then you're just taking the cover off. You need to remove these 4 bolts here. Very simple. Just give it a quick tug, and we'll take these bolts off. And you don't need to be a mechanic to do this. It's actually very simple. Let's just quickly remove these bolts. Now these particular bolts that I'm removing, they're actually the long ones. So make sure you put them in order, because these other 2 there, they're short. And I'll show you the difference now. If you can see, they're quite long. And then we're going to get the other ones off. You can just go to any spare shop and go and buy a cheap tool set. You don't need a professional tool set for this. As you can see, that's the other bolt. You can see they're quite different. So if you try and put that in there and that in there, nothing's going to happen. This just won't even go in. So make sure the long one goes there. Let's get the other one out. When the bolt gets loose, you can just use your hands. It works quicker. There's that one, and then the last one. Put it in there. Alright, so there we've got the 4 bolts out. The chain is connected here, so just lift the chain off. Well, actually, you don't even have to do that if you don't want to. I suppose the trickiest part is actually to remove the gearbox in terms of getting it up from the chain. You might have to slip your hand in the back. but we'll get there. And there we got it off. Bit of a struggle, but it can only come off one way. And so there you will see, if we look closely, this is now a new clutch. We haven't changed it because it's a brand new bike, but you'll see it's still got the linings on. If there are no linings on there, it means your clutch is worn out. So it'll basically be metal on metal. And you'll see the clutch as the engine spins, it turns. And that's basically, it then opens up. And that grips onto that little mini gearbox. So just to show you, this is the mini gearbox. So it was sitting like that. And the clutch basically sits on the engine. So just to show you, as the clutch spins, it then opens up, and the brake shoes grip onto that cylinder. You can see there's a little bit of space, so the clutch would open. Now look at this sprocket here. Can you see how it starts turning? And that's obviously attached to your chain, which then turns the wheels. So if there's no metal on there, it means you need to remove the clutch and you need to put a new one in. To remove the clutch, that's another video. You'll need what we call a puller, or you can just bring it to us. Come to Go-Karts, Quads and Bikes, and we'll replace it for a minimal fee. So if you've checked there and you see there's no linings, you then know you need a new clutch. And you can get a clutch from us and we'll fit it with pleasure, or you can fit it yourself if you're more handy. Thank you for watching.